Warning. The following program contains disturbing material that might be inappropriate for younger listeners. Parental discretion is advised.
I can brag your favorite podcast. Let's start this thing. Woo!
What is up, Bev's Video Kingdomers? We are back here with our second release of the week. It is draft day. We are about to do a very unique draft. Following on Crazy Stupid Love, and if you haven't listened to that, it was released on Tuesday. You should listen to it. It's full of hijinks and odd and funny conversations.
Dude, I don't know if we should even mention that because I think it went just a little off the rails.
It may or may not have gone on. You should probably make sure you're in for the full long haul on that one because it's going to get wild. Okay, so go back and check out that pod. Check it. We have a whole backlog of pods. In fact, if you want to see, if you want to go just browse them, see what you like. We got a Major League, we got Whiplash, Office Space, we got Pulp Fiction. There's something for everybody. So go check that out. Subscribe, and our episodes will pop up. Go to Spotify, go to Apple Pods, go to Anchor, go to Facebook, and like us. There's all kinds of ways you can connect.
Yeah, I hope you guys are taking your mission seriously because, we really would appreciate the help. And helping us out means helping you out because that means more pods for y'all. We put a lot of effort into this, and we hope that you guys respect that. Give us some love.
Respect us.
Even if you don't respect us, just click the little check button, the little check mark at the top right hand.
You have a phone that has 75 terabytes of data. Just fucking download our shit. You don't have to listen.
I barely respect myself for this podcast. I don't expect our listeners to respect.
All right, let's get to it. So here, so our draft today is a weird one. So we were watching Crazy Stupid Love, and we all got a little wrapped up in the Gosling. A little bit of those abs.
He gauzed me.
I got gozzled.
A little bit. He's standing.
I gozzled in my pants.
He's standing there in the garage, and she's in the massage chair, and he just looks ripped. He's all fucking photoshopped.
An orange.
Orange. He looks like a super in shape Donald Trump.
Burnt sienna.
Oh wow.
Burnt sienna tone.
So we were like, hey, what do we draft? We draft the sexiest male movie characters since 1990. Why would we do this, you ask? Since we are four ostensibly, or at least publicly,
presenting
straight men, straight men, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. Well, in part, it's because we've decided to invite our four wives on to be the draft judges. This shit is going to go.
Yeah,
So you want to talk about off the
Tuesday,
rails? This is going to go poorly.
This is going to be a mess.
It's also a Saturday night. We've all been drinking. They're all currently drinking as we're drafting. So it should be really interesting.
Brad's wife shows up and she's like, yeah, Brad said not to drink too much because I needed to have it together. And I told him, I've been drinking all day.
That is true. That is true. Some cocktails were had as we were watching the movie.
This is going to go off the rails. So yeah, I don't know. This is an interesting one because I subscribe to the general notion that sexuality is kind of a continuum. So, I always like to tell people that I think of myself as around 91% straight.
It's a fluid situation.
Sometimes
you're 88, sometimes you're 91.
It depends. It depends on if Zach has his shirt on or not.
Sometimes it's 4.
Zach's a good-looking man, and if I see him, sometimes I break a sweat. I don't know what that means, but it's just a fact.
When I get the dick root out, lots of people's percentages go way down.
Way down.
You should see how close we are sitting next to each other. We're just staring into each other's eyes.
It's
very erotic.
It is erotic. Nick is one of the most handsome men alive, and I have to sit this close to him. I look into his eyes. I just can't handle it.
I just don't look at him. I'm always like that.
That's the best shot I have winning these drafts. Looking straight in these guys' eyes.
So it's not uncomfortable. It's not a visual medium, and everybody talks about our voices. But if you guys can picture the beautiful Adrienne Grenier from Entourage, that's what Nick looks like.
So,
but sexier in person.
2008.
So here's a question, and I don't want you guys to give away any of your picks, but Nick, how did you decide? I mean, as somebody who, as far as I know, is a straight dude. I mean, I'm not trying to put you in a box here or a closet, but
or a glass case.
but how do you decide? How did you decide? How did you rank your sexiest men? Because I don't think you actually are that interested in having sex with any of them.
Deep.
So okay, so
Just a sigh.
so I mean physique,
Just super uncomfortable.
physique,
Okay.
physique, charisma.
But here's the
size.
here's my question is like,
So what type of
if you
physique?
go physique, yeah, because I was like, dude,
Okay.
I mean, you know, me being a little bit of a bigger
But
guy,
I'm not trying to throw a bunch of names out there, right? We're getting ready to
No,
draft.
I'm just
No,
saying
for sure.
I'm just saying, did you go like shredded or did you go kind of manly? Like, what was your
just manly shredded,
Definitely body hair involved, right? I mean, you're going.
but tasteful.
lot of
but
tasteful.
tasteful.
groomed,
But not, you know.
lightly groomed body hair? Brad, what'd you do?
You know, I mean, I have no problem just saying that dude's kind of sexy.
Kind of a sexy guy.
He's a good looking dude, and I understand why girls like him.
And this gets right to the kind of the point, right? Which is like, we say this, right? We'll be like, you know, when we talk about a woman, we're like, you know, it's not that she's just like got a particular beauty to her, but she's sexy, right? Like there's that like distinction between like beautiful and sexy kind of thing. And I don't know, you know, like I think I have a little bit of a beat on what chicks might think a guy or gay men would. I don't know, maybe, is that different?
No,
I
but
just
then you
saw
like
us.
put yourself in their shoes too. So then there's other picks that you're like, I don't know, but you also remember what was happening during the time, pop culture, like what was
Right.
sexy, and our wives grew up in that time, in that world too, and so it might be some shots in the dark.
So you're saying we should take Jonathan Taylor Thomas, number one.
Tool time.
Talk
gonna
about
take-
tasteful body hair.
JTT in the
JTT.
classic. What's the one he's in with
Here
the
he's
guy
going for
from
another TV
Home
show again.
Improvement?
Another TV show called
He's
it.
an
called it-
original
called it-
Joey McIntyre, New Kids on the Block.
Ooh,
Oh,
All the girls loved that dude.
that reminds me. Marky Mark didn't make my list. I don't know.
oh, good. Thanks for telling
Wow,
me that. I'm
thanks.
gonna
Sorry, guys.
I'll take him late.
Sorry, guys.
Zach, okay, tell me, what was your philosophy for coming up with a list of the sexiest characters?
So what I did was I took off my pants, I opened up my phone, and I just scrolled through pictures of beautiful gentlemen, and you
See
know
what
when
kind
I
of
felt
reaction you
when I
got.
felt a little twinge
You're just looking
downstairs,
at-
I was just like
Oh,
heart
blood flow.
Yeah.
I got blood flow.
heart emoji, and then I sent you
love
guys a
that.
whole bunch of pictures in the group chat, and you
very
guys were like,
scientific.
Zach, what the fuck is going on? You're not supposed to tell us who you're going to pick, and I was like, I needed you guys to see this stuff.
I'm with Brad. That's hard science, right there.
Yeah,
that is
for
straight
sure.
up. That's as scientific as it gets. All right, let's get this shit underway. All right, so we are doing sexiest character. So one of the rules that I was the draft originator. So one of the rules that we set here were that since it's the character and not the actor, the limit is that once you in your draft pick a character that is a particular actor, you can't take that actor in a different role. So someone else can, right? Like we can all have a Brad Pitt on our team, but we can't have two Brad Pitt roles on one team.
So you can't have like Brad Pitt when he's normal aged and Brad Pitt when he's an old man baby in for Benjamin Button.
Yeah, because you want leave it as Zach to be like, I want two picks from the same movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Brad Pitt as a tiny old man baby, and I'm gonna take Brad Pitt in Moneyball.
I want Michael Cera in multiple movies. But I couldn't do that.
That's a Zach sleeper pick, or just a number
Michael
one
Cera?
pick, or
Ruined
you know.
it. One of one.
I really do like Michael Cera. I didn't pick him for this draft because my wife is not a fan, but I really do like
I mean, I'm going Seth Rogen from all his movies, but he pretty much looks the same in all of the movies.
Seth Rogen,
Rogie.
Zaddy Rogen.
Zaddy. Oh yeah, Zaddy. We're still carrying the Zaddy. We got that
yeah.
from Walter at last call. He dropped the Zaddy on us, and it's our new favorite word.
So
what does it mean again? It's a dad age.
It's another term for dad.
Yeah,
It's a dilf.
It's a DILF for sure. It's
Ooh.
the DILF
Ooh.
term.
That's what I think. That's what all four of us aspire to be at this point.
I feel like we're just filibustering because we don't want to do this draft. Let's do this. Okay.
No. Wait. There's another caveat that you put on the draft that we haven't discussed.
I don't remember it.
No TV.
1990s.
No TV. Oh yeah, I said it's got to be.
Did you say that already?
1990 and on? So you can take a 1990 character.
I was thinking about all these guys' abs.
Abs.
7
7-minute abs. Dude, we got to do something about Mary, by the way. That's coming. In 2022, something about Mary will be an episode. So you just hang around because that's coming. All right, let's do this. Brad, give us an order.
All right. I took my Game Boy. I found my Game Boy and I spiked it on the ground. And when I picked it up, it had a draft order for me.
A Game Boy green and gray or a Game Boy color?
Oh, green and gray. Come on. I'm old school, brother.
Dude.
All right. So I spiked that shit on the ground. And when I picked it up, it said in first,
Zach.
Nick.
Fuck.
And Nick's been he's been sweating too.
He's so nervous.
He's so
So
nervous
start thinking right now while I go over the rest of the draft order. So number 2, Nate.
Oh, I know who I want. I hope Nick doesn't go.
Number
I've got a
3,
clear 1 of 1.
Zach.
Okay, good. I wanted the rap a little bit.
And I'm picking it up on the wrap in 4th. And I'm not happy about that because there's one. If it doesn't come to me, I'm going to be very angry.
There's some
Kermit's going to get to you, dog. Don't stress.
I feel oddly like anxious about the fact that I really want some of these guys on my team.
Have you seen how handsome those Team America World Police puppets are?
Brad's 1 of 1 is Animal from the Muppets movie. All right.
Think what he could do with those strings.
Just tie it. 50,
Tie me up,
50,
Animal.
50 Shades of Muppets.
He's got those drumsticks. Oh, good.
All right. So,
Nicky.
Nick.
Jesus. Okay, so Nick's on the clock. That means everyone, you go out and you watch, a couple
Third of a
episodes.
show.
You've got
of the
46
Netflix
minutes
original
before the next
series. You.
Yeah, you have about 45 to an hour and a half before.
Was that a slight nod to Penn Badgley? Is that who you're taking with your first pick? I don't know if he's ever been in a movie.
I don't know who that is.
He's the guy from You.
I don't
From
watch
Gossip
it.
Girl.
I don't
Come
watch
on,
Gossip Girl.
bro.
All right.
Catch up on your heartthrobs,
Sexiest.
doc.
First pick. I don't know if it's going to be anyone's 1 of 1, but I'm going Channing Tatum,
You
Magic Mike.
son of a bitch.
Let's
I will
fucking-
murder your
Let's
face.
fucking go.
I can't believe you did that
God
shit. You
damn
can't.
it. Your reaction makes me hard.
All right. So, you got to clarify the guys. Should I put the name of the actor and the movie?
No. Actor, movie. Channing Tatum,
Actor,
Magic
movie.
Mike.
So I put Channing Tatum, Magic Mike.
Yeah, the chicks are gonna know. All right, so I gotta say, our buddy Justin, he's a really stupidly good dancer, and he's and he looks a little bit like Channing Tatum because he's in good shape, and he can do that Magic Mike thing. And like, I've seen the way that women in like a random Reno bar react to that, and it's pretty much exactly like they do Magic Mike.
Women in a Reno bar have a high standard, so that's pretty awesome.
Dude, I'm telling you,
Yeah. If you can win over Reno, you do well.
that I gotta
Biggest
say,
little town in America.
I gotta say that kind of fucked me. Like, I feel like you really.
It's like you
I feel
took
like
Channing
you really
Tatum's
put it
member.
on me.
Well,
All
that's
right.
one for me. That's 1 down, 2 to go. So I'm fingers crossed.
Okay.
God damn it, that makes me so fucking happy.
There's a couple here.
He didn't even make my
So,
list.
There's one here that I thought was going to go, but okay. It's got to be Pitt, right? So I have to take Brad Pitt at number 2. The question for me, and I've been struggling with this all day, has been what role to take him in. And I mean, I don't know that there's a right answer here, but I'm going to go back to the OG, and I'm going to take Brad Pitt and Thelma and Louise.
Oh shit!
This was the one where Brad Pitt like wasn't much more than like a boy. He wasn't much
just
more than
a
a set of abs.
swinging
but,
dick.
Do you remember how like that cowboy hat? Do you remember the way that the reaction he got?
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie.
It was there were flash flood warnings all over. Wow.
All right. So that's the Brad Pitt that
was
Nate
a-
has taken. He can no longer take any more Brad Pitts.
All right. I think mistakes have been made already in the draft, and I'm going to take the true 1 of 1.
Zach, I'm going to slap you just like
according to what you can slap
Just
me
like
with?
Ryan Gosling and slapping Steve Carell last week.
The true 1 of 1 according to the only woman I've talked to about the draft, which is my wife. And
Cheater.
I'm going Chris Hemsworth
Fuck you.
as Thor across the entire Thor Marvel
Oh wow!
universe.
That one's off my radar. I did not have him.
Chris Hemsworth can literally do no wrong.
God damn you. He's charming. He's handsome.
He's Australian.
Australian.
That's
what
the
he
big
has
part.
going, yeah.
He's
So
got the
quick-
accent. He's got everything going on.
Quick aside before we get to Brad's pick, my wife has the Apple driving directions on her car, and usually it's Siri, which is an American woman computerized voice, and she has changed it to a male Australian man that tells her which way to turn.
Jesus.
And she's just driving around, and he's like, I can't even do an Australian accent, but he's like, turn left here. You know what I mean? And it's like pretty legit, dude. And she just feels like Chris Hemsworth is in the seat
her
next
ear
to
all
her.
the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh well, fuck.
Brad, you gotta do the reach around here.
I was worried because I didn't think Thor was going to get to me, but I'm excited now.
Well,
Dude, this is crazy. This tells us you exactly how much that little any of us know about men.
I think Nate made a big mistake because he forgets that most of us, including him, married younger women, and they don't know Thelma and fucking Louise. They've never seen that shit.
Yeah, but it's so iconic. I think I'm Brad Pitt in anything.
Agreed.
Fuck you guys.
all right. So my first pick here is going to be Heath Ledger in A Knight's Tale.
Wow,
Dude, I forgot all about Heath Ledger.
I feel like that's
Also Australian,
I feel
also
like that's
super
a deep
hot.
reach.
Yeah.
Just personally, but
I mean, I would have gone 10 Things I Hate About You, but it's all good. Whatever you want to do with it.
Heath Ledger would be not on my list. So
He's a handsome man.
he is, but I mean, we do
Also talented.
All right,
Man,
all
speaking
right.
of
Who's
talented,
still on
he's
the
got a
board,
tragic
though, dude?
ending story.
R.I.P.
that's no hard.
All right. Well, that's okay.
Hard pass.
Next, we're gonna have to go. Man, see, I just it feels weird picking somebody that's already been picked, but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go
Feel a
with
little dirty.
You going to be Pitt again?
this guy is handsome as all get out, and I mean, when you're gonna do a movie where you're
That's
out
how
on
I
the
describe
beach,
sexy
when you're
guys.
out on the beach, running around with your shirt off constantly, you got to look your best.
You going Rock?
I'm going Zac Efron.
Oh, you
Baywatch.
took the Efron in Baywatch?
In Baywatch?
Great call.
God, I love Efron. If I had to choose like one guy to like chest my 10%, it'd probably be Zac Efron.
Oh, dude, I feel like he'd be so pointy and like he's so cut that I
so
feel like
pretty,
you'd
dude.
like hug him and his abs would like stab
He's so
you.
pretty. He's pretty enough to like, yeah.
I'm thinking terrible thoughts.
All right.
If you could see into
I'm gonna
our
shout
minds.
out. I want to shout out my brother-in-law's Wilson Don. They're gonna love this episode.
Oh, yeah, dude.
they are gonna love this episode of all of us drafting
here's my
men.
question: as I want to ask Wills, like, is there a difference between what gay men and what straight women want, like are looking for? Like, how much overlap is there in the like sexy assessment?
So and I know the answer to that because we've talked about it, and he would say
You know
that
the
gay
answer
men
for all gay men?
He would tell you that gay men have much higher standards than straight women.
they're like,
Oh, definitely.
they're like you filthy whore.
The gay community, I definitely
Slumming
feel
it.
like holds themselves to a much higher standard than the heterosexual community, especially when it comes to men. For sure, there's a lot of very sloppy dudes with very beautiful women.
You know what? I've been hit on a number of times by gay men, and that kind of makes me feel good.
Hey,
I feel like I've met a standard I didn't realize.
It
when
was
they-
your conversation. It was your
yeah.
conversation.
When they hit on you, were you like, "Hey, I 8% like this conversation that we're having right now"?
it was
8% of me is really
I
excited.
did. Yeah, I did.
All right, Chris Hemsworth, Thor Steeler, you're
Is
back
it back
up.
to me? So I'm gonna go with one that and Brad. It's funny. Brad was like, I don't want to pick a guy that's already been picked, but I'm going there because Nate made the wrong choice, and we're going Brad Pitt, Legends of the Fall, the sexiest man on the planet.
Yeah,
When he tips that fucking hat and the water flies off of it, you guys know the scene that I'm talking about. He meets the girl in the field and he tips his hat and the water splashes off of
I
it.
do know.
Jesus
He has,
Christ.
he has that long hair.
Long hair,
right.
he's got a beard.
Killed a bear.
Yeah, when you had that ruggedness, it means something.
Definitely.
Yeah, there's a lot of good good dudes on the board here.
A lot of good guys out there.
A lot of good men out there.
Good dudes, man.
A lot of good men out there.
I wish we could get like the average height of all of these guys. Too. It's like, I feel like Efron's like 5'2", and we just don't know it.
Oh yeah, no,
very
Efron
short.
looks pretty damn short.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tom Cruise is dunking on Zac
I-
Efron.
I hate Tom Cruise. I kind of hate to do it, but all right.
On a Fisher Price net.
All right. I think I'm going to, I hate to be that guy, but I'm going to put on my t-shirt and I'm going to go to the band's concert.
Oh, you going Gosling?
I'm going to take Ryan Gosling, but I'm not going to take him in Crazy Stupid Love. I'm going to take him in The Notebook.
Okay, I see that. He's got the beard.
He's got that little bit of rougher. It's so romantic. Like there's a lot of rain, so he's wet a lot.
The scene with him and McAdams in the rain.
That's what I'm saying. Rain makes everybody sexier.
Can we agree on the reason I read on the internet that the reason they filmed that in the rain was because there was so much other wetness from other places, and they had to
like
cover
we just
it.
need to we got to cover this shit up. It's out of hand.
Rachel McAdams.
They're like, Rachel, calm down.
All right.
My
That's
turn?
me. That's where I'm at. Yeah.
My turn.
They put towels in all the seats whenever The Notebook was in the theaters.
This is one of the ones my mom's going to talk to me about. What the fuck?
That's mom just. But you know what she's going to say? The pivot is she's going to be like, "How the fuck did you not?"
She's
pick
like, "You didn't
Tom
pick Scott
Selleck?
Bakula? Yeah,
you didn't
exactly.
take Selleck." I'm so disappointed in
She
you,
likes
Zach.
Selleck too.
After
but I think
it was after 90.
Scott Bakula's
Like
a guy.
1990, 3-minute little baby. Come on.
Magnum PI in reruns was in post 90, and you should have taken a TV show.
Magnum
never
PI
saw
the
Quantum
movie.
Leap.
All right, I'm ready.
Yeah.
For both
For the love of God,
You
Nick's
guys
excited.
didn't
is
take
that a joke?
Shit,
Is
of my
Nick
pick.
is Nick actually?
And
ready?
thank you for not taking Gosling in this movie. I'm taking the shirt that they're selling at the show. Ryan Gosling, Crazy Stupid Love.
Yeah.
Fucking give it to me.
Yeah, that's
Give me that shit.
Gosling two in
that's
a
what
row.
Emma Stone said.
Gosling 2 in a row.
I'll say I went
I'm gonna
between the
bang that
pictures of
pic.
both movies and I was like going back and forth. I was like, God damn, we
No,
takes the
dude.
shirt off in Crazy Stupid Love. It just
Well, you know what? She says it all, right? He looks photoshopped. You're
go-
all like, that is not real.
So I
He's
want to
funny
say
as shit, too.
nobody's going to pick Gosling again, right?
I don't think there's another.
Okay,
I was
so-
gonna pick him in
Are you going to say Drive? Because that's what I would take.
into the other guys.
no, I was gonna take him in what's the football movie?
He's in a football movie.
He's
Remember the Titans. Please take him. You might as well take a puppet.
I'm being stupid.
Okay. I'm turning right around and I'm going our boy, R.I.P. Paul Walker in Fast and Furious.
Oh, you picked,
Oh.
you know what's fun about that?
Interesting choice.
You know what's fun about that pick? You picked the wrong guy in Fast and Furious.
I sure as shit did not.
And I'm going to go ahead.
You're going to get some VD.
You're
right
gonna
now?
You're gonna go
I'm gonna
pitch
take-
black. You're
You're
gonna
gonna
go
get
pitch
some
black.
VD?
I'm taking Vin Diesel.
Oh,
I
You
want to be
think
very.
Diesel is good looking?
He's about to split.
I'm gonna.
He's gonna.
No,
these
but I
women
think he's
are gonna
very
have to,
sexy because in number 1, when he picks that girl up and puts her on the car, I want Vin Diesel in the original Fast and Furious. You make that very clear.
Not the original, the remake.
No.
What are you talking about?
Oh no, Brad's making a joke about the 1934 movie Fast and the Furious.
Was that? No, maybe it wasn't a remake. I'm thinking of Gone in 60 Seconds.
I want not the same movie at all. I'm not taking Nicolas Cage in Gone in 60 Seconds. I want Dom Toretto. I want him in the scene where he picks her up. He picks up Michelle Rodriguez and does the deed on the hood of the car.
Oh, we're forcing our wives to pick a team.
This is good. Nate's throwing the draft.
I would never have thought Vin Diesel in at all.
No,
Nate is
not-
throwing the draft.
I'm telling you.
I'm taking it. I'm at my next. I'm glad you didn't
Nate,
take my Groot pick.
I'm not gossiping, but I might say,
it on you next or
I
me?
think you would have a chance of Vin Diesel.
No,
It's you
I-
next,
I-
right?
No, I
you already went,
gone.
and you went. It's on me.
You know what? I think have a chance to be Vin Diesel.
I gotta say though, I gave 100 props to Vin Diesel that he walked. He took Paul Walker's daughter down the
aisle. Yeah,
that was fucking like tears.
tears. All right, Zachy.
Zach.
Who you feeling, bro? How's that dick root feeling?
I've got some picks here. So I've got like 4 dudes that I'm just like struggling with, and now I'm questioning whether this movie came out before or after 1990. And that's
We'll tell you
bothering me.
real quick.
Good thing we don't have phones to.
It's also
that shit
Yeah,
out.
too bad we can't.
I don't use phones. If you can see, I have a paper that's written
you have
on
a
in
phone
very
right next to
faded
that
pencil.
Fucking Luddite.
Okay.
We do. We're under candlelight now. For anyone that's listening, candlelight.
I have a pick that I want to pick right now, but I know none of you guys are going to pick it, so I'm moving it to my last pick.
That's very arrogant.
And now there's 2 guys here that I'm thinking, and it pains me not to go Leo DiCaprio.
Oh, you're not gonna go.
I'm not. I love Leo, but I just feel like he kind of went from like boyishly hot to like just a great actor, and it's not really like he's not really like a hunk of meat to me. He's like
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I'm snagging Leo. I'm not shagging him. So I'm
Like that. Topical.
Zach's down.
So this is killing me right now. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Oh my God, Jesus!
Hey, Nick. Oh wait, I'm sorry, Zach. It's your pick.
The girls are going to look up if they don't know the scene or know the guy, they're going to look it up
I assume
and
that's what they
do
will
some
do,
background checking.
Yes. That's the
Pick somebody
recommendation.
really weird. Go ahead. Pick somebody they haven't seen.
I'm going Tom Hardy in Warrior
Oh damn.
because
on my list.
the man's traps in that movie
They literally cover his ears. I think he
fucking
had
ridiculous.
a hard time hearing in a lot of the movie. People don't know because his traps actually
Tom.
plugged
He's
his
like,
ears.
fuck, sorry, my traps.
The traps were in the way. Couldn't hear you.
I was looking through his work and trying to figure out what is the appropriate Tom Hardy choice.
There's no other choice.
Well, there's a lot of shirtless scenes, which helps.
In Mad
means
Max,
war.
when he gets his mask off, and
okay.
I mean you see him, he's got that gritty.
well, and if you in Bane, right? He's Bane.
Yeah, but he's got
I
that
mean he's
mask.
ripped as fucking Bane, but he's got the mask on.
Lots of masks.
Yeah.
All right, Bradley, you have
Okay.
2 picks coming. Wait, I did.
All right. Well, man. All right. So we're going to go ahead and go first with, I mean, the character name is so stupid. Winston Shakespeare, who is Taye Diggs in How Stella Got Her Groove Back.
Ooh, damn, that's a good pick.
And you know I'm a Go fan. I love me some Taye Diggs.
we have had some conversation about Taye Diggs on a
Taye Diggs is spectacular.
If you want to know how handsome we think Taye Diggs is, you should go listen to the Go Pod right now.
I'm glad you did that because our draft was very lily white up until that point.
I've got a handsome black man on mine, a couple of them that I don't know that I'm going to get to, but boy, are they hard to leave off. I'll talk about them in the also rans.
All right. And next, man. Oh, geez. There's some good looking dudes on here. I'm going to go one, and this might just mix up. This might be some strategery, just because I know that to mix up the
Strategery, I like
draft a little bit, and I'm going to choose a guy from a movie I have not even seen. But when I went and looked at him,
you, Brad?
It's weird for you.
Really?
For reals. Something I
would
might
never
not do. I'm going to go ahead and go with Chris Pine as Toby in Hell or High Water.
That you've seen that movie, dude. We did it on one of the basement pods.
No, we never did. We have never done that one.
Are you sure of that?
Positive. Because I would remember because I really liked that movie. That was a movie you
we're-
recommended to me and I
We
watched
are
it and I really liked.
100% good. That also, folks, is coming in 2022. I thought we'd already done it in a basement pod, and if we haven't, we're doing it early in 22.
So Chris Pine,
he's got the dreamy eyes.
he's beautiful.
Dude, there's a scene in that movie where he's got kind of that understated, like kind of nicer guy of the two brothers, and then there's a scene in the movie where he comes out of a convenience store and this dude is kind of giving his brother shit, and to that point he hasn't like thrown down, and he beats the fuck out of this dude in just the most quietly savage way, and then just gets in the car, and you're just like, and I'm like, dude, if I was a chick right now, I'd grab the nearest guy and just go to town, because it is a sexy man scene.
See, this is going to throw off the scent on when the ladies are looking at it. They're going to be like, I don't know.
like,
Sure,
I know
about
Brad
that.
hasn't seen that movie.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes.
Oh man, okay. There's just too many good ones left. I mean, it's almost impossible to make a choice here.
Well, good because it's my pick.
It's Zach's pick.
I'm just talking. I'm just saying stuff. Zach's going to take an hour to pick anyway. So
Oh, I want to say my guys that I'm not going to pick, but I'll save that. So I'm getting all up on this microphone.
Get
all
in
right.
it.
So the pre-draft discussion prompted me and just threw a little light bulb in my head, and I was like, "Oh my God, Marky Mark! I fucking
are you
forgot
seriously going
about
to sneak
Marky
in on
Mark
Marky Mark?
in Fear."
Oh man, that was the one I was
That is
thinking
a
of.
classic.
In Fear. I remember talking to
His abs are on fire in that movie.
I remember talking to some ladies in high school, like sophomore year of high school or something, and they were like, "Oh my God, Mark Wahlberg's the hottest dude," and I was like, I wasn't even
Crazy
sure who he
boyfriend.
was. I mean, he was kind of like the New Kids on
Yeah.
the Block guy or whatever he was. Or wait, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Donnie Wahlberg was New Kids on the Block, his brother, his
Yeah.
older brother.
And then I watched that movie, and he got out of the pool, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I see it."
Yeah, first half of the movie seems like the right guy to be with.
But dude, Reese Witherspoon in that movie, so beautiful. I love that movie.
Yeah,
That's a good movie.
I mean, Mark Wahlberg is not. I mean, I like him a lot. He's not always. I think doesn't always play the sexy character.
He doesn't do as much as like I feel like he can. I feel like he's got
I
Boogie Nights in him. He's got Fear in him. Like he's got
great.
Dude, rock star.
But you know what he always has?
Yes.
A fucking ripped six pack. That dude is in the kind of shape that everybody should want to be in.
I'm wondering. So Zach so far has chosen two guys that are definitely like fix me ups. Like they're fuck ups. They need a lot of fixing. And
Zach?
he's also married to a woman who is in the medical field, and a lot of times,
Who chose the guy that she needed to fix up?
Zach's plan.
I like that.
always looking to kind of fix things up.
Dude, there's so many here. Okay.
Nate has the longest list. I can.
I can't believe
really
you
long
chose, I
list.
cannot believe you chose Vin Diesel and decided to get last in the.
That was my wife's influence. I got to admit, she really loves that scene, but I think there are other women.
I mean, I see it. I guess while you're bald.
But I mean, like, there's so many
not
here that
so
I'm not
attractive.
going to take, and I can't believe that there's these actors that are going to stay on my list and not going to take it. I'm going to take a really weird one, I think.
Fuck.
All right, I'm going to take, and I don't know the actress name, so I got to look it up.
wow.
Ooh, this is good pod.
This is a last minute decision. Everybody that's listening,
It is.
in the
This was
moment, you're
I'll
seeing.
say that my sister threw this one out in a conversation, and I was like, it's kind of a weird one, but it's also, I think I got to go with it. I mean, if we're talking characters, I don't know how I go any other way. So I'm going to take Christian Grey in 50 Shades of Grey. And I
Oh,
believe
his
it's
name is not Christian Grey, though. Jamie Dornan.
Jamie Dornan. That's not a dude that I would take just because of the actor, but that role is just, women just get worked up about it. So I'm going to go with it.
He's a handsome man. I don't love what's his name's daughter that plays the main.
Oh, really?
The main
Dakota
girl.
Johnson?
I know you like her.
Oh, man.
I don't love her.
I am a fan.
I will say this real quick as I'm putting down all the stuff in the computer for the results. I was showing the results for our last draft to the family, and the bottom left box, for some reason, it's to the left. It's not in the center. And my daughter, I figured out that she's OCD because she's like, Dad, that left bottom box is not centered. All the other ones are. I'm like, yeah, it's not that big deal. It kind of bothers me.
It's bothering me a lot.
It's fucking OCD. What the fuck?
All right, everybody, go get some popcorn because it's Nick's pick.
He's got a lot of dudes.
So this
to
is the
choose
last
from here.
pick.
This is the last
pick of the draft.
So I'm gonna throw out some.
We
fucking
probably coulda
names
got
right
No,
now.
don't you do it because I
no, I am.
there's
We
some
could have gone
also
12
rants.
rounds. We could have gone 12 rounds for this.
I
Please,
easily
please
could've
pick a
gone
man
12.
with the slightest bit of pigment in his
You
skin.
guys left out fucking McConaughey.
Dude,
I thought
yeah.
about
So
him.
first of all, congratulations for losing this draft because
But
you
what
left
movie-
out.
but what movie do you
are
take
gonna
him in?
You got him in Dallas
I am
Buyers
not
Club, or-
going for. I'm not going for fucking physique anymore.
Dallas
going
Buyers.
for charisma. I'm going for the hot, sweaty South. I'm going for fucking drama.
Oh,
Matthew McConaughey
you can't take him in.
as a lawyer in A Time to Kill.
A Time to Kill.
Oh wow,
Fucking
that's a
give it to me.
funny pick. Okay, that's fun.
That's a
Bullock
good pick.
wanted
Do it.
him. He wanted him. She wanted a married fucking man. To Ashley Judd,
My wife
who
loves. Oh, I love Ashley Judd too. My
yes.
wife loves
and
McConaughey.
in A Time
So-
to Kill, Ashley Judd was gorgeous.
But
she was in all those movies. We talked about that.
He smells a little bit though. Apparently,
McConaughey. He doesn't wear deodorant.
he smells like a man.
Yeah, but I think
He's got a musk.
when you look like McConaughey, you can smell like whatever you fucking
Yeah,
want.
I smelled today.
They
and
bottle
look
it.
like
I
a
hear
man.
they bottle it up and sell it on Amazon.
So there's glaring omissions. People are going to be writing emails all
I
year
have
long.
never had a list of also-rans in any draft we've had
As long as this?
As long as this, I don't know what that says.
But dude,
I'm pounding on the table.
Let's hit it. Let's
Brad
get
likes
into
to-
it.
Brad's
the
always
fact that
motioning
no
when
one
I'm-
took Idris Elba in any of the stuff that Idris
But
Elba's done.
okay, but
It's only 4 rounds. That's why.
okay.
I know, but I'm just saying, we're
but
going to get called racist.
I
Do
don't.
we
dude,
just do we increase this to a 5th round right now?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, I was
But
gonna
hey,
say.
if I could go to the wire and take him as Strang,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
But what has he been in? And he's in Luther. Like he's got.
That's
great
why
about
I looked. I
Idris
said
Elba.
he's the
Sexy
he's the
movie
lawyer in
role.
Molly's Game. He looks okay in Molly's Game.
I know, but I'm just saying, like
He does
just
look
cool.
He's not as cool as Will Smith as
So
Hitch.
there. Let me say there are two
Will
characters
Smith.
that I
Will Smith
almost
as
took.
Hitch.
There are two characters that I almost took almost just because of TV bleed over, and that's Jason Momoa.
Okay, yeah.
Aquaman is like whatever, but
Khal
like,
Drogo.
dude, that's the one. And then Idris Elba, who's a sexy man, but he mostly is sexy in his TV roles.
So I think DiCaprio being left off this draft is a big,
And
big
Clooney,
omission.
dude. How do we not have Clooney?
Clooney, I've
It's
got him
either
on my list.
Titanic or Romeo and
Jake
Juliet.
Gyllenhaal, Southpaw.
Romeo and Juliet was
right
the one
there.
that I was going to go for Leo.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal in The Boxer or whatever that movie is. He's a
Southpaw,
boxer.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, God.
shit.
How did we miss
Adonis
Michael
Johnson.
B?
He was
dude?
on my list, and
I
Shamar
might
Moore.
have taken him if I'd had thought of him.
Rit-
Shamar
Actually-
Moore.
Yeah. Dude,
Oh.
there's a lot of
Shamar Moore is a good looking.
Henry Cavill, Superman.
He's very sexy, and then and kind of in that same vein of like not that popular. The guy that played Tarzan, Alexander Skarsgård.
Oh, dude,
He's
the
pretty
bad
amazing.
guy from True Blood.
You got The
Yeah.
Rock.
Yeah.
The Rock.
Yeah, so Dwayne Johnson. But
Dwayne
what do you,
Johnson.
what do you
Fast
take
and
him? in?
Furious.
He's too big.
As
You
far
take
as,
him in the
like, if
Tooth
you're
Fairy.
talking sexiest
the Tooth
roles.
Fairy for sure.
So DiCaprio though, the question for me was, do I take him in Titanic or do I take him in The Departed, where I think he's much sexier?
I would have
So
taken him
it's
in The
either
Departed. That's what I have
Romeo and
wrote down.
Juliet
oh,
or
Romeo
Departed.
and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet is so young though.
Yeah,
He looks very.
But you're
beautiful.
talking about peak when everyone was like all up
Yeah.
on Leo's
See, Denzel. I think about Denzel. He's an amazing actor, but he's not handsome. Like Malcolm X, he's very.
What about
handsome.
Man on Fire, Denzel, dude?
Man Fire's about he's in a suit.
He's a
pretty much
badass.
the entire
Yeah.
time.
He looks like he's a sexy man. Though.
What about Christian Bale in American Psycho?
Okay, so my wife's gonna be pissed I didn't
Yeah,
take it.
I had him.
My wife, so that one and Jason Statham in The Transporter are the
Yeah.
two that my wife is going to be like, how did you not take this?
I know
And
my
my-
wife. Orlando Bloom would have been one for my wife because
Oh, really?
She's a big Orlando
Legolas.
We don't
Bloom.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually more Will Turner, Pirates.
Oh, okay.
Not Elizabethtown.
Little Cameron Crowe.
I can't
Brad-
believe that Nate didn't take Matt Damon.
So I was just going to say, do I take Damon in Good Will Hunting or in Bourne? And either way, how do I not take Matt Damon?
It has to be something other than Good Will Hunting. I don't know.
Affleck is Batman, maybe.
Or Affleck in Good Will Hunting?
The last Brad Pitt, it came down to that
Fight Club
to my
Brad
pick
Pitt.
or Troy.
Oh,
Troy too.
Troy's a good one.
But I think Fight Club Brad Pitt is like iconic Brad
That's
Pitt.
that's the dick
No,
route.
iconic, but we're talking
Yeah.
about like when he was at his peak,
Brad Pitt-
physical, like
Brad Pitt,
everything,
yeah,
and the whole
physically,
movie was about
in
him.
Troy, he's a
Yeah.
specimen.
Keanu Reeves, John Wick. He's
yeah.
he's a badass.
I would take him in Bill and Ted for sure.
There's one. It's not as good as it gets. It's.
Oh yeah, Jack Nicholson.
No, yeah, but there's one with Jack Nicholson and Diane Keaton where Keanu Reeves plays like a doctor that hooks up with Diane Keaton.
Oh, but that's
And-
before 90 though.
No, this is
no,
much
that's
after
supposed-
90.
yeah, that's-
and this is the one that I think a lot
They're
of
old.
It's kind of a sleeper.
Chris
Keanu Reeves.
Hemsworth in Rush.
Yeah.
Never saw it.
So how did we not Gerard Butler in either P.S. I Love You
Or
300?
300.
And then Ryan Reynolds, Van Wilder. Going back
Ryan
to
Reynolds is a
that.
huge omission.
or definitely maybe or The Proposal.
Yeah.
The
Right.
Proposal. He's got some naked ass.
Ryan Reynolds in
nice
the reboot of the Amityville Horror is looks amazing.
Daniel Craig as Bond.
Yeah.
Viggo Mortensen as History of Violence.
Oh fuck! My wife loves Vigo in Lord of the Rings. I forgot about that.
And for the love of God,
Ethan Hawke is kind of a sometimes
Sneaky.
ruggedly handsome in a weird way.
Jude Law.
Gattaca.
Reality Bites, Troy Dwyer, or maybe in Great Expectations.
Jude Law and Talented Mr. Ripley.
Yeah.
Jude Law,
that
the
role.
Enemy at the Gates,
Okay.
I think it's called.
And how did we not get Bradley Cooper? Star is Born or
balls.
Hangover?
I think you go with Phil the Hangover. Would have been his.
I would say Hangover or Star is
personally,
Born.
Star
That's
is
like
Born
one
for
or the
me.
other.
Like
Yeah.
he's a sexy man in that movie.
There's a lot of omissions here, guys.
And Fassbender, we left out, but he only has like a couple movie roles that are
Fassbender though, I don't. Yeah, he's kind of a. I don't know what you pick him in.
Magneto, like in the X-Men movies, or I mean, he looked in the Glorious Bastards. He's a handsome dude.
What about
Dapper.
what year did Roadhouse come out?
Just
That's
before.
probably post
That's
90.
That's no. I think. Oh, dude.
I think that's before
90.
90.
Because I
91?
think the Sways could
I
have
had
been on these
Sways
lists.
for
Well,
Dirty.
Sway's
but-
Point Break.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a
Oh
good
yeah.
Surfer dude.
And if we're gonna go back deep, it just makes the cut. Richard Gere in Pretty Woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Richard Gere.
Yeah. Richard Gere, Pretty Woman.
Did that make the cut? Would that
It
have
does.
made the
I
cut?
think it's 90. Roadhouse is 89.
Roadhouse is 89.
okay, shit.
Son of a.
Oh my god.
Is Point Break 80s?
It's 90, I think.
It's also I don't know if he's really hot in anything after 90, but Harrison Ford is a handsome man. I mean,
Harrison Ford's
Temple of
pretty good
Doom.
looking all the way through. Yeah, Point Break's 91. I mean, there's just a lot of good looking men, a lot of sexy men, and we did not even scratch the surface.
Didn't even.
We're going to be shamed heavily by our wives, guys.
No, but they were. We listed. They were on our list. We were limited to 4 rounds. We were handcuffed.
we need
Thing.
we need everybody to get on the social media and tell us what we
That's
did wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've never wanted hate mail more than we want you to send us emails at bevsvideokingdom@gmail.com, ladies, and tell us where we're wrong. Or just post it on the Facebook or the Instagram. And if you want to send us naked pictures of the guys that we missed, we'll take account
How
of that.
could you omit this?
Whatever you do, don't send us any nudity of your own because we cannot accept those kind. But if you want to send us nudes of these celebrities,
Looking for just dick root.
all dick root.
We're done requesting pictures of swollen labias.
All right, so we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, our drunk wives are going to get on and judge us and our taste in men.
I'll say if you're on headphones, you might want to just be careful. Maybe turn down the volume. It might get a little loud.
Step away, you have no problem.
It's going to get a little squealy in here.
It might get a little aggressive. You might hear some crying by the end. I mean, I think some of us might be crying. We'll see.
We don't know who's going to cry, but someone's crying. All right, we'll see you in a bit.
California has the largest population in the United States and the site of some of the most famous true crime cases in history. But there's more than meets the eye to the crime in California. Join Sean, Jessica, and Charles on the California True Crime Podcast as they cover crime both infamous and overlooked from around our state while looking at the deeper history that goes beyond beaches and movie stars.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and I don't think I've been as excited as I am today.
Excited or nervous?
Well,
We just drafted a bunch of hot dudes, and it's excited.
Aroused? Is that the right word?
I meant to say aroused, but
8% of them is excited as fuck.
I don't think I've been as excited as I am to have judges on our podcast because we have a group of absolutely beautiful. I'd say it's a harem of women. Is it a flock?
It's like
a murder,
A pack?
a murder of hoes.
Murder,
Is that what we're saying?
a murderer's row?
I think it's murder of crows, but murder of hoes sounds
Is it
good.
a Gosling of girls?
A Gosling.
a flock of goslings. Okay, so we have our four beautiful wives, Courtney, Lisa, Denise, and Melissa, all here joining us today to judge our taste in men. Because when you objectify and sexualize men, you want nothing more than your wives to weigh in on your opinions. Okay.
It's very meta, isn't it?
It's like a hall of mirrors, Zach. Okay, so what I want to do first though is pick apart a little bit the process. So we drafted our men and we sent our draft, anonymized our lists off to the ladies, and then the wives conversed, and
I will say I ventured into their discussion just briefly, and it was very intense. And they looked at me like, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
Brad went
"Oh,
down.
shit."
Brad went down on a break, and he came back up just looking like shell shocked, like he just walked in on the bathroom scene in Full Metal
Trying to
Jacket.
hug my
He's just
children.
I do want to say too that the wives were our second choice. We told Scott that we were drafting hottest men, and he was like, "You know what, guys? I think I'm going to pass."
This is me. Okay, so first I want to ask, what was your strategy in trying to come up with a list? Like, so how did you guys decide how you were going to decide?
So we sat down at a table with a whole bunch of wine, and we decided that we were going to go round by round, and in each round we basically ranked the hottest gentlemen, the ones that just got those juices flowing. And quite honestly,
warning.
a lot of them were dry as saltine. It just did not happen for us.
Bad drought. So let me ask you this: how many of you listen? Who listens to the pod here? Who actually? And let's be honest, ladies. Who's listened to more than half of our pods?
I think I might be your biggest fan.
Zach's Lisa is definitely seems to be based on her Instagram profile.
She has to listen because how else is she supposed to berate me for losing the draft? She's like, "What the fuck was that team you drafted?"
Zach won last week, and he literally didn't even. It hadn't even. They'd announced the second place, which implicitly made Zach first. And before they actually announced him as first, he's on the phone with Lisa, baby, I won. It was just.
She was very excited for me. It was awesome.
Okay, so here's what I want to know. So I know you guys came up with a system to get yourself down to one winner and one loser and some in betweens. But What were the differences? Like, did you each have a style? So I'm going to ask my wife first. Courtney, what was your jam? How are you different than the rest of the ladies in your evaluations?
Well, it turns out that Lisa and I are not that different.
They're down there hugging in a very. I'd say both of them are at best 70% straight based on the way they're sitting together. So
we were excited by similar gentlemen on the list and upset that there were some missing men on the list.
Okay, so you two had, and could you characterize, Lisa, your common sort of, if you had to characterize your common sort of like taste, what would embody that?
That's a good question. Well, first of all, we both picked the same team as our number one.
Okay.
Absolutely, without question. It was close with another team, but we both had the same number one and the same number
Would you
two.
say you're like the pretty boys, the men's,
Absolutely
the dad
no.
bods? What do you?
We didn't
where you
like
at?
the feminine men.
Anything effeminate,
No.
anything seemed very young.
Too pretty.
Or like...
No Timothy Chalamet.
All right, Denise.
Yes.
You are betrothed to Nick, and by the way, I married Nick and Denise.
That's true.
And I tried to take the right of prima nocta as is done in Goldheart.
Oh my God.
And Nick wasn't in, dude, wouldn't allow it. And I was like, "What? I thought you were a movie fan." Fucking guy was like, "No, that doesn't even make sense."
Nate talked about our basketball, our interaction on the basketball court. So you could imagine how that went down on the in the wedding aisle.
Nate was like, "What do you mean? I got this certificate on the internet that said I could marry you."
All right. So Denise, what would you say your style was as it deviated from the ladies?
Oh, I don't know that it deviated so much. I guess I tend to like the more like all-American boy.
Oh, geez, that's a surprise.
You just look at Nikki over
kind of
there.
like your quarterback artist, beautiful husband. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quarterback artist is not necessarily.
God, I didn't even think about
very European, actually. That's very.
I literally describe you as a quarterback artist anytime. That's the first thing I said.
I didn't
That's a
think
knock
about
against Europeans.
Nick is so hot, but like he's a quarterback and an artist.
How did
Jesus
you?
Christ! I didn't
He
even
would be a
put that
number one
together.
draft pick if we did this like with like
Bear
friends
the
of
Oh my
ours.
God!
Okay, we're talking about my wife. Now.
I'm sitting in a puddle right
focus on her.
All right, Melissa. Besides the fact that you obviously like men with really, really sort of stringy braids, and questionably coiffed facial hair, what would you say your type is relative to the ladies?
So the thing you didn't mention when you're berating my husband there is what amazing sense of humor he is. And honestly, that was just missing from a lot of your picks was a lot of the personality.
Ooh, there you go.
You said these were the sexiest characters, but I honestly think someone said they just Googled photos and looked at shirtless actors, and that's how you guys picked, and that is not
That's not what makes
necessarily what
sexy?
we agreed on at all. No. When we get into some of the ones you missed, I think you're going to notice that it wasn't always the pecs and the abs.
We did talk a bit. We have talked in the previous or early in the pod the draft about the fact that sexy is apparently funny is sexy, as Zach gets threatened a lot by other boyfriends for being too funny. You shut the fuck up. You make my wife laugh again. I'll put you in the ground, son.
I will punch you in the dick.
Guys don't like it.
All right. So we got a little flavor there. Now tell me, so you guys ranked the lists round by round. You guys each came up with your own ranking. And so you each have a winner, right? Okay, so can we let's read the teams back, Brad? You want to give us a rundown because it's going to be a little hard, I think, before the winners. We want to refresh.
All right, we can do that. So team one drafted Channing Tatum as Magic Mike, Ryan Gosling from Crazy Stupid Love, Paul Walker, Fast and Furious, Matthew McConaughey at Time to Kill. Team two drafted Brad Pitt from Thelma and Louise, Ryan Gosling, The Notebook, Vin Diesel, Fast and Furious, and Jamie Dornan, 50 Shades of Grey. Team three had Chris Hemsworth from Thor, Brad Pitt, Legends of the Fall, Tom Hardy, Warrior, Mark Wahlberg, Fear, and then finally Team four, Heath Ledger, A Knight's Tale, Zac Efron, Baywatch, Taye Diggs, How Stella Got Her Groove Back, and Chris Pine, Hell or High Water.
All right, here's my last question, and I'm going to channel a little Scotch Beck here. Were there any picks here that you guys just weren't familiar with? And then if there were, what did you do to try to rectify that quickly?
I would say I hadn't seen about half of these movies. So I went to my old friend, the Google, and checked out as many video clips as I could find and still was just flabbergasted about your thought process.
Still dry as a California summer.
Absolutely.
Saltine.
Death Valley.
Or a Ritz.
Okay.
We were easily all very perplexed about what happened in this draft.
Yeah,
You know, what's funny is I think we all left this draft feeling we got this shit dialed.
like we're okay.
And as soon as we gave the girls the list and then came back out and they were like, you guys are fucking terrible at drafting hot men. And we were like,
quite shocking.
What?
Quite shocking.
You all also stopped after only 4 rounds.
Yeah.
Well,
This is-
trust
That was
me,
a surprise.
awkwardly, I would say, we
could've
have
gone
never
12.
had a draft where we had more people
I mean, we
that
could have
that
gone
that we
more
had
round.
on
We
our
could've-
list that we didn't pick, and more that we were upset that we didn't get to pick. We were like, how did we miss Clooney?
As we
Yes.
went through our also-rans, there
my
was some
God,
upset.
So we'll get to that. Okay, so ladies, could you please first go around and say which team 1 through 4 was your number 1 team? Okay, so we're going to start with
Just the
Courtney.
number 1 team.
Number 1 team.
Before we give any results, whether it's individual or group, I just want to say there are no winners here.
Well, we did
We
acknowledge
strongly agree that
Yeah.
all of these are losing drafts.
in the first pod. We did acknowledge that our midlife crisis is Bez Video Kingdom. So that's consistent.
It's true that we bought a $600 soundboard. We could have bought a Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're doing pretty good in our midlife crisis here.
All right, so
None of us have a Porsche.
Actually, you know what? Better than okay. So give me the ranking. So you, Courtney, what do you have for go 4th through 1st?
Oh, they're each giving their full.
Yeah,
spiel?
I want to hear the full rank.
Starting at 4, working to 1.
You don't just want to hear.
He's gonna start some.
So we're going to hear Courtney's last place team and then her third,
Yeah.
second, first.
So I actually had a tie for first, but I can easily break that tie.
Okay.
And 2 teams that came in second.
Oh, so
Two
tie.
winners.
2 winners or 2
Although this is
losers.
right. And 2 losers. So 2.
So 4 losers.
Yes.
Start with the
Three.
2 second
Three
place teams.
losers.
Give us your second place.
So my losers are Team 2 and Team 4.
Oh, okay.
And my winners were, as sort of calculated, Team 1 and Team 3.
Okay.
But when asked to choose between Team 1 and Team 3 is the clear winner.
Okay. All right. So Lisa, are you similar here?
Yes, as indicated earlier, Courtney and I are like one mind.
Okay.
Which, if you know what our husbands look like, it makes a lot of sense.
She's referencing Zach and I.
It is strange that we have the blonde wives on the left and the brunette
It's
wives
true.
on the right.
Much like our draft, there's lots of racial segregation going on.
We noted a significant and really unfortunate lack of color in our.
It was also
That was
noted by
noted.
us, and we were very disappointed.
Okay, Denise, what do you have?
Yes. So I have, let's see, number 2 was my losing team, along with number 4.
Okay,
And then I had a tie for 1 and 3 as well.
Oh my lord!
So between teams 1 and 3, like who's like your number 1 that you think of those teams as like who's a good one from those teams, Prouty or Denise?
From each team?
Yeah.
Okay. So from team 1, I would have to say
What was the steal? Like the one that was like, ooh, that one. Was,
She's gonna say it right now. Your
Yeah.
the last pick. I don't know
Matthew
this team.
McConaughey,
Yeah.
Time to Kill,
Yes.
is one of my go-tos. And then I
One of
would
my
say
go-tos.
on team 3, it'd probably have to be Tom Hardy, Warrior.
Oh man, yeah,
Some nodding over here.
Okay, all right, okay, all right. So Melissa, what do you seem to be pretty?
They can't all be last place, Melissa.
So yeah, who's the least last
Zeros
place?
across the board.
In a distant last place, actually, is Team 2 by a lot. I was the only one who gave 0 points to some of the picks, which I'm told is very on brand. And I'm pretty sure putting number 2 in a distant last place is also very on brand, just based on who I think drafted that. And then I've got Team 3, Team 1, and I'm the only one who put Team 4 in first place.
Who on team 4? Because no one else had team 4 that high.
Can you guess?
I don't have the list in front of me, but if I'm picking from team 4 for you,
Tay
I'm
Diggs.
going. Really?
Nailed it.
Oh, that's not where I was going.
Oh, yeah, Melissa. Have you seen the calves on Tay Diggs? I mean, that's all
Seen
you.
everything on tape.
Tay Diggs is amazing. We talk
a
about
beautiful
this.
man.
Tay Diggs hanging out with those clowns
We're
and
gonna
go
get
is one of the worst things I've ever seen.
As we mentioned in the Go podcast. Yeah.
All right,
it did not make any sense.
We're gonna swing back. All right, so Lisa and Courtney, where were the big steals of the draft? Which ones?
Wait, Lisa didn't get to say her team.
No, she did. She did.
She did.
Did she?
It was the same
Lisa and Courtney are two
exact.
halves. Of
Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't know it
it
was
was
exact.
slightly different, but it's relative.
So wait, all three of you were exact, then 3 of you guys were exact.
No.
No, Denise had a
No,
different
I didn't
number.
have a tie for
Denise
my
had a
last
tie.
place. I had a solid last
Oh,
place,
okay.
and then a third place, and then a tie for first.
Gotcha.
Who's
Yeah.
your solid last place?
My solid last place was number 2.
Okay.
So what lost it for team number 2?
Let's see who was on. Oh, first of all, this was so sad to me. Brad Pitt in Thelma and Louise. There are about a million better Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt is unbelievable choice just in general, but when you put him in Thelma and Louise when he's like a little baby greasy Brad, no thank you. Like you could have gone Fight Club Brad, you could have gone pretty much any other character he's ever
There was
played.
a lot of discussion about
Fight Club
Meet Joe
Brad
Black.
being off the list
Oh,
is
Meet Joe
very
Black.
shocking.
Meet Joe Black was another one.
What about Troy? What are your thoughts on
Oh,
Troy?
and Troy.
Brad?
Troy
Oh,
Brad.
Troy Brad.
Okay.
I'll take
Okay.
him all
All right.
day over Thelma and Louise Brad.
Okay, well, and what's the steal for you of the draft? Well, which one caught your eye?
Oh, definitely. I'd have to agree with Denise. Matthew McConaughey. The fact that he isn't here earlier in the draft was extremely disappointing.
Is it time to kill your number one McConaughey? It's a tough call, huh?
So yes,
It's that.
no.
Oh,
Because you know
really?
what? Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Because he's
I'm more straight
gorgeous
than I
as
thought
always.
I was.
He gets to actually use his actual accent, which is that gorgeous like, southern drawl. And he's like doing good things.
He's
in the
just
world, trying
Justice
to make
Warrior,
right.
the ultimate
you know what I mean?
social justice warrior.
He's sweaty
Yes,
through the
all day.
entire
Real
movie.
sweaty. Yeah,
This comes back to
it's
that
humid.
that sentiment that we find things other than just like male physique sexy. So it really is about the character, the personality. Do they have a sense of humor? Are they a good person? That's what.
And I say
Find
again that
sexy
I think
does.
that's pretty good for us.
So you're saying Channing Tatum is not a good person.
He's a great person. In Magic Mike, is he a good person?
All right, Courtney.
I don't know.
Courtney, what's the steal of the draft?
There
for
was
you?
some discussion about the fact that we all thought Magic Mike was hot, regardless of whether he was a good person. Regardless.
So
of
what
what he
you're
brought
telling
to
me
So
the
you're
is
film.
willing to just fully objectify
Yeah.
Magic Mike.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
if you
We're
can
willing to
dance,
forgive him
if you
for
can
that.
dance and have good enough abs, it doesn't matter how good a person you are.
Not a big
Yeah.
I like that.
I was just about to make
Good to
a
know.
Hitler joke, and I was like, no,
Well,
it's just too
so
much.
Dallas,
It's too
Matthew
far.
McConaughey
Yeah.
as Dallas in Magic Mike. He's kind of a dickhole. Like, would that have been an appropriate pick?
McConaughey.
Hard pass.
Oh,
Okay.
he's kind of creepy in that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm not as straight as
I like
thought.
that Brad knows specific people's character names from Magic Mike.
He Googled it.
I mean,
So I do have a funny Magic Mike story that I think my wife can corroborate. So I once was trying to decide if I should watch Magic Mike, but I was alone.
that's all you gotta say. Story over.
So I told Courtney, I told her, I said, you know, I heard Magic Mike was really good. I'd heard some people say that it was like not just about the Channing Tatum and the abs, and so I Googled would a straight guy like Magic Mike. This was my decision, and I burned through some reviews, and I decided, by God, he would.
Did the conversation between you and Courtney go a little like this? You were like, babe, 8% of me wants to watch this movie so bad.
It was more than that because I think he did it.
Oh, no, I watched the shit out of that a couple times.
The percentage went up after watching it.
Hey, before I watched Magic Mike, I was only 3%. All right, so okay, so now I think we've sort of figured out where we're at. But ladies, give us the group breakdown from 4 to 1.
Here we go.
Okay, y'all.
We
ready
don't
for
need to
this?
recap the names, right?
We're going to do it
I thi-
after.
I think we'll go. You mean you're talking about the names of the other
Like
teams.
as they say, like team. If they say team,
Yeah, recap.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Two
I like
is in
that.
last.
Okay,
And then we'll
okay.
say who picked that team, and they'll say, we know.
Okay. Okay, so give us your last place. The cumulative last place is.
Okay. By all accounts, the uncontested last place is Team 2.
God damn it.
Yes.
I genuinely was shocked. I mean, those are some good looking men.
So,
Vin Diesel, you
there
don't
was-
get.
I told you when you said Vin Diesel, I was like,
He
you
picks
are
her up, puts her on the
100%
hood. That's
out
all I
of it.
hear about.
So
That
there was
was
a lot
also
of
mentioned. We didn't talk
discussion
about that one.
about how you guys had picked the teams for your wives.
Yeah.
And I looked at team 2 and was like, Nate did not.
I admit that I left off about that was for you.
We actually, Nate's sister is here with us, and we decided that maybe you picked this list for Amy.
I will admit that while I was
he did shout out
while I was cooking today, Amy was in my ear just this is he's on my list. Maybe it just subliminally got soaked in. Okay, so I take my lumps here. I shamefully admit that I'm not good at picking attractive men. I apologize.
That's so funny.
Okay.
And none of my free passes are anywhere on your list.
Well, I wasn't. I was trying not to pander.
He's like,
too
fuck
hard.
them. I'm not including him on my list.
Now was the time you chose not to pander.
Exact. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you,
That's
Lisa.
a true fan. She knows all about his pandering.
She's been listening to this podcast.
Best comment the whole night.
Moving along.
Okay, so who's the next loser? Because I know there's 4 losers. So who's the next
Who's
one?
the loser runner-up?
Okay. Loser runner-up is Team 4.
Oh,
yep.
Which is who? Who's
That
on
would
that
be me.
squad? But who's on the squad,
Heath
Bradley?
Ledger from A Knight's Tale in first. That was my criticism.
I like Heath Ledger, dude.
Heath Ledger, he's
What lost it?
sexy. He's like a knight. He's fucking jousting.
All right,
Come on.
what lost it for him? What didn't you like about Team 3?
You mean
Team 4. I'm sorry.
Honestly, I picked him first.
Yeah, well,
But Chris Pine in Hell or High.
oh, that's a great pick.
Out of all the Chris Pines, you picked that mustache. That was disgusting.
He's got beautiful eyes and he's kind of
And
gritty.
he has beautiful eyes
got
in
the same
every
eyes in
movie
every-
he's
yeah.
ever been in.
Melissa, have you seen? Are you?
I Googled it and I was
Same eyes.
disgusted.
Brad's mustache?
Okay, so maybe I have a thing for guys with mustaches. And second, I kind of I said one to the guys, I was like, made that pick. I was like, I'm kind of trying to throw it off a little bit, like make sure that nobody knows maybe who my draft pick is.
As he acknowledged, he had not seen the movie.
I had
which
not
is on
seen that
brand for
movie.
Brad.
That's true.
All right,
Tragic.
who is in the
like Chris Pine,
who's the
guys, I'm
first
sorry.
loser?
Okay, so I think we need to explain that there was a struggle.
Okay,
There was a struggle with this decision. So ultimately, the remaining teams, Team 1 and Team 3, were actually tied
okay.
according to the count between the 4 of us.
And so, how'd you break the tie?
We had to bring in a ringer.
Okay, they're waving over my sister.
Here she comes.
Nate's sister Amy, my sister Amy, and she was brought in to break the tie. So, Amy, tell us how you decided between 1 and 3.
Well, first of all, I have to say that, like, I'm low-key embarrassed that my brother and I have the same taste in it. Because
It's in the genes, Amy. Okay, it's in.
on my draft, Team 2 was the winner.
Wait. Y'all gave the wheel to the person who liked the team that you guys all picked last?
Good point. Good
However,
Interesting.
Team 1
Yeah.
was second to Team 2 only by 1 point on my list.
Okay.
So when you took my totals and added them to the wives' totals, and let me pause for a second and just say, I'm single and I love all men.
Amy, hold on, let me punctuate this. We were talking about this in the kitchen earlier, and Amy literally goes, "Well, let me pull up my Pinterest board." I mean, doesn't everyone have a Pinterest board of all the guys that
I
they
do.
think are
I
hot
mean-
and ranked? And I was like, I guess I should. I mean, I feel weird about the fact that I don't have
Obviously,
one now.
based on the results, Nate, yes, you should.
So unlike the wives, you were all winners to me. However, when adding my scores to the wives list, Team 1 was the clear winner.
Team 1.
I think we have some agreement from Denise and Mel about Team 1. And
Yes,
a
we wrote
hard
the majority
dissent.
opinion.
Courtney and I forced us all to vote because we
Yeah.
were not in agreement.
And Lisa and I are the
Instead
dissenting
of 12
voices.
angry men.
Yeah,
there's
we
four.
were
Who's on the
digging our heels
dissenting?
in hard
Who's got the
for
dissenting
Team 3.
opinion here?
Just the two of
The
us.
two of us,
Okay.
we strongly wanted
It's a
Team 3 to
long
win.
dissent.
So there's a little more. So I'm gonna. So Team 3 is Hemsworth as Thor, Brad Pitt as Legends of the Fall, Tom Hardy in Warrior, and Mark Wahlberg in Fear.
So that's what lost it for Team 3.
Really?
Yes.
If you're
I
going to
would've
pick
said
Mark
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg, don't pick the Mark Wahlberg that's going to cut my dog's head off.
I thought that might not be the best choice because I was like, you don't want the guy that's like scary because the first half of the movie he's cool, the second half of the movie he's terrifying.
It goes south real fast.
Pretty not
So
cool.
in case it wasn't clear, so team 4, who was the second loser, was Brad. Team 2 was Nate, and we're going to move on from that quickly. So I was a loser. Okay, so team 3 was Zach.
We just ran through my
had the pick of the
murderer's
draft.
row of
Chris Hemsworth Thor was number 1 overall,
and then
in my book,
Nick took the number 1 pick and turned it into a very close win. And so I would say that is it accurate, ladies, for me to say that team 1, the men are maybe a little bit prettier, a little more trim, a little more, a little less sort of like
we got a lot of slight
scruffy.
blonde men on team 1,
and team 3 is a little more sort of a little bulkier,
Dirty blondes,
little bit dirtier, hot maybe.
Yeah, a little rougher around the
edges. A little rougher.
Yeah.
We talked about the fact that Tom Hardy and Warrior and Mark Wahlberg and Fear are both. Those are the guys you got to have to fix. They're gonna need some fixing because they're both broken.
Hey, I like the project.
That McConaughey pick was round 4. That was the very last
pick of the draft.
McConaughey had not gone.
It was
all.
Also pandering. Let's just point that one out.
Yeah.
We know where that pick came from.
I'm sorry.
Your wife's one of one. You're like, I guess I'll pull it out of the hat.
Denise, can I get a quote? What did you say earlier? He's one of my quote unquote go-tos. Is that what you said?
Like he's just been a favorite. Since
He's a favorite. Yeah.
I feel like
mean?
I feel like when Time to Kill came out, I just was like, wow, who is this guy?
Who is he?
And then like every movie after that, I'm like, oh, he's still got it. Like,
No, granted, how did I know
Cheater.
what the other girls, picks how they might run, and how that was one of the picks that might have won it for me.
Yeah, well,
so I gotta thank my wife.
That was the pick that won it for
So
you.
I gotta
because the
thank
rest
my
of your
wife.
list, I could take it or leave it.
That's fine. McConaughey won it for me, and that's my guy.
Dropping McConaughey and
Love
with the 16th pick, that was beautiful. I mean, you got to have McConaughey somewhere in there, and
Right.
the fact
If
that
he
you got
doesn't
him
make
very
that,
last pick,
very last, just like Goose won me that shit.
I think Paul Walker in the movie that you picked him in is bad. I think Lance Harbor, right? Like in Varsity Blues.
Lance Harbor's a good pick.
I don't know.
It's one of the-
lose him.
But
All right, so look, here's the deal though. We were all losers here. And so what that means is there were a lot of picks that weren't on the list that you thought we should have. So I want each of you ladies, and we're going to go Melissa first. Who's the number 1 pick that isn't on the list?
well, first of all, you guys need to see Melissa's paper.
Oh, for the love of God.
she
It
has
looks like a bingo board.
yeah, she has the draft in the middle, and then surrounding it is just like paragraphs of others.
And lots of scribbled
A bingo that
motherfuckers and
zero-
shit. And
WTF is all over that paper.
Yeah, there are a bunch of middle fingers that are drawn on here. I had to shade in all the melanin that was missing from your list. It was just
Like your
so
top,
pale.
Your
So
top,
pale.
Your top 5 to 10, Melissa.
No, 5 to 10
we
pages.
want to hear them. We want to hear
all right,
them.
Melissa, give us a couple of your.
let's go top 2 from each lady.
No, I don't have to.
She can ramble
Just-
off.
just-
yeah, if
a
you
quick 5. She can
throw,
ramble off quick.
just throw a dart at that fucking paper you got and tell us what it hits.
Because I complained about how pale your list is, I'll just go with a little
us the brothers.
representation, I guess. Oscar Isaac and just about anything, especially
yeah.
as Poe Dameron.
Is he not white? I'm confused.
He is South American.
Holy crap.
He's a Latino.
I like him even more.
Zach,
And he kind of looks like Nick.
Really?
Super handsome.
In like 3 weeks.
If he was more of an artist quarterback, he would
like
look
3
just
weeks.
Idris Elba in just about anything.
Okay.
Hard to
We
agree.
talked
that.
we
Let's
talked
take a pause
but
for a
here's
second.
the thing: Idris Elba, right? His TV roles as Strang and
Stringer
as
Bell.
Luther, right, are where the sexiness is.
I would
according
take him
to me.
as Captain Bogo in Zootopia.
Hey, you know what?
That's on
That
topic.
line-
That's on theme.
Exactly.
That lion is
That
a
is
good
a
looking
family characteristic.
animal. Okay.
Yeah, he
Our,
is.
our listeners are like, I
He's-
know why they're married now.
Exactly. He is a zaddy in that movie.
She's like, first of all, there's no Muppets on your list.
Exactly. I thought Mr. Incredible was going in the first round. That's what I was sold on.
Okay, so you got those two.
And I would add Jason Momoa and Mahershala Ali. Just beautiful,
that's a good
beautiful
one.
The guy
men.
from True Detective?
Yes,
that's
but
a
that
great-
is a TV role.
I know.
But, I
he-
mean, honestly, I loved him in Hidden Figures. He was fabulous.
Oh, he's
See
great.
that.
Okay, all right, Denise, what do you got for me for a couple that we missed?
Ooh, I would have to say like a Bradley Cooper.
Oh, but which role?
What's the right
You
role?
want Stars Born? Do you want Bradley Cooper in Hangover? You want something weird?
I mean, definitely.
The Playbook one?
I definitely like Silver Linings Playbook.
Oh, I forgot
Yep.
about that one. That's one of my
I like The
favorite movies.
Hangover.
Okay.
I mean, I loved him in A Star Is Born, but I feel like earlier Bradley Cooper.
Early Brad.
Yeah.
Early Brad. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
maybe
What
the one
else?
where he's a sniper.
American Sniper.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
Hot
good
American
one.
Summer.
Yeah, that's real early Brad.
Another one maybe would be like Ryan Reynolds, just because he's so funny.
Well, you want the proposal Ryan Reynolds? You want definitely maybe Ryan Reynolds?
No, probably like The
Deadpool?
Proposal.
Little
about Van
you like
Wilder?
that bare ass? You like that bare ass Ryan Reynolds?
What one?
What's your thought on Van Wilder, Ryan Reynolds?
Oh, I don't actually think that I've seen that whole movie.
That was like early. That was at the start.
That was like one of his first big
a little
big
goofy.
roles.
You gotta watch Amityville Horror. He's super hot in that movie.
All right, Lise, what do you have for
What was missing?
what we're missing?
Okay, well, first of all, I agree with Denise that Bradley Cooper was a huge mess. He's probably like my top 3 hottest guys.
Ooh,
This might say a lot about my childhood, but actually, the alcoholic Star is Born guy is my jam.
he's so damaged. Oh God.
I just want to fix it. The other thing is the comedy was just missing from your guys' picks. Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd.
Paul
from, like,
Rudd? Paul Rudd's from
early
Paul
Friends.
Rudd's 4'11".
Early
Thank God my
Friends,
wife's shaking her head
all
no.
the way to like Ant-Man. The man can tell a joke. And
Paul Rudd.
5'8", 5'8" crap
I can
bag.
see that.
Until
Until you met him in person, you would think, you know what, Paul Rudd's a solid pick.
That's a blind side. No, I did not see that.
So my
coming.
sister and Lisa share that they are both Friends fanatics, and Paul Rudd was on Friends. I just want to point out that there might be some bias working in here.
Absolutely.
Also,
Absolutely.
Also, I hit on Paul Rudd at a bar once.
It's
Wait,
true.
I didn't hit on him. But
8% of them hit on him. But the funny thing is Lisa thinks Paul Rudd's hot until she walks up to him and realizes that he's 5'4" and she's 5'9", and then it's
Sorry,
all
but on the screen, I don't have to know that.
suspension of disbelief.
To be fair, it really is about the humor for me because, like, Ryan Reynolds, I'll take him in Deadpool. Face is all fucked up. I don't even care. He's funny. He's, like, sexy. I'm all in it. I don't care. I like the humor.
Still got abs, even though his face
Yeah,
is
I
was just gonna
know,
say.
those abs. Mm.
Zach mentioned earlier that he's been working on abs since about
Fourth grade.
Fourth grade. He still has to do it yet
Still
to do a
haven't-
sit up.
still haven't
but
been
he
happen.
has been eating a lot and willing those abs. So one of these
You
days
think
it's gonna
about them a lot, they should show up soon.
Might happen.
All right, and my lovely wife Courtney, what did we all, and especially me, what did we miss?
Well, I agree with Melissa about Idris Elba. I disagree with Lisa about Paul Rudd. So what didn't come up? So Christian Bale.
Yeah, she likes some
American Psycho. Christian
American
Bale?
Psycho.
And I
Yeah.
thought about that, and I
Bale.
was like, but he's like he's a serial killer. What do you want me to do to you, babe?
Batman. Christian
Yeah, that's what
I
the
like
Mark
Batman,
Wahlberg
Christian
fear.
Bale.
Like, do you really want
I mean,
that?
not the machinist Christian Bale, but other than
Little
that,
skinny.
That's like
Steve-
Michael. That's
no,
like
the
Michael
fighter.
Steve
Cera.
Christian Bale?
Oh yeah,
Fighter.
Christian
Oh, yeah.
Bale.
He does play boxer.
What was the most recent one with Jennifer Lawrence where he plays like kind of like a pot-bellied?
What about V?
Oh, the
it's also
Vice.
with your man
In here,
Bradley Cooper.
No,
It's with
Bradley
Bradley
Cooper.
Cooper too.
we're all
Hustle. American Hustle.
American
Hustle.
Hustle, not American Hustle, Christian Bale, but not the machinist, not American Hustle, anything else.
So you just want him with like a chainsaw, is what you're saying.
So Vice, you're cool with Vice.
Yeah.
Cool with Vice.
Got it. Dick Cheney.
all right, so
I'll also throw out, this is also not a surprise to my husband, and it'll make Zach and Nate feel good, but Jason Statham.
yeah, she went. I thought I had Statham there, and I just
So I think he's also short, but I'm oddly okay with that.
but he's
Tom
follically
Cruise
challenged.
Tom Cruise short.
Yeah.
He's Tom Cruise short?
I think he's close.
I believe so.
Statham?
He's
We-
a
so-
very,
so we
very
need to
tall
Google
partner.
All right. So you got to. Are there? Okay. Now
I have a question. I would say, so of the gentlemen that were picked on the list, is there any that you were like, there's a way better role that I would have picked that person in? Like,
good question.
Brad Pitt in anything, as Lisa suggested.
Other than Thelma and Louise.
That was
What
like.
about
that
Legends
was
of-
like.
what about Legends of the
He
Fall,
was just
Brad
hanging
Pitt?
around
Oh,
like
better.
shirtless in
Legends
jeans
of
and
the
a-
Fall, when he plays Christian in Legends of the Fall.
Even, like,
I mean,
there-
that's one of my very young, distinct, like, fantasy guys. is Brad Pitt. In
When he
Legends of
tips
the
his
Fall.
hat and the water comes off
Oh my
of it.
God! And
Yeah. His hat's not the only thing that's wet.
Lisa and Zach are going to go home later play that scene.
Yeah, there's gonna be some role playing.
I can't wait to see Zach just tipping the water.
If you wanted young Brad Pitt, A River Runs Through It is better than Thelma and
jeez.
Louise.
I thought that was like he was just hanging around shirtless and jeans and a hat. I was like, yeah, that's a go-to, right? Ah, jeez. All right.
I would say Chris Pine and literally anything else too.
Really? Chris
Wonder
Pine is
Woman and
Star Trek.
and Into the Woods would
Can
be
I-
better than that mustache.
Can I say, Melissa, who Brad said that one of your favorites is Legolas?
Yeah, actually, he's in my huge, margin of errors that you guys made. He's included.
Orlando Bloom, but more as Will Turner.
Yes, I
Oh,
also like
yeah.
Will Turner. I love Johnny Depp. He wasn't on the list for Chocolat
couldn't
or for
pick-
any of the Pirates
All right.
movies.
So
I want to read some of I'm going to read some that we didn't get that we haven't mentioned yet, and just try to get your gasps and reactions.
Are any of them animated?
No, but some are made out of felt and cotton.
I do want to know. Michael B. Jordan, was that on the list?
God, I didn't write it down,
I had-
but it
I
should
had-
have
we
been.
talked about that. We
Yeah.
were mad we didn't
Michael
pick
being
that.
Creed was tough. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah,
That's what I was
talked
just
about
going to
that
say.
one.
I like him.
Leo
I like him.
anywhere on
What's
this
the right
list.
role?
So I couldn't
que-
decide what movie he was hottest in.
Question:
Wolf
back
of
in the
Wall
day,
Titanic.
when Romeo and Juliet came out, were any of you into that when it came out?
At the time.
Absolutely.
Because
Amy
talk about
Oh,
effeminate
Amy's
builds.
raising her hand.
You
But
were
at
talking
the
about
time.
At the
right.
time, we were in high school, so he
Right.
was non-threatening.
Right.
It was like the whole
Right.
K-pop thing for us at the time.
That's why I thought.
Oh, that's the
Brad Pitt-
best comparison
I thought,
I've heard in a while.
I thought
Zach?
maybe that you guys were discovering your sexuality about the time that Brad Pitt was in Thelma and Louise. Okay.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yep, he's on.
I say
Yeah, but Dwayne Johnson
Rock.
in Ballers.
Oh,
I can't really
TV.
like
When he's
pick
in
a
a
movie,
suit, he
right?
looks
With
nice.
like that like suave.
He just
That
posted
is-
a picture on Instagram just recently, and like the muscles are coming out of other muscles, and like it almost looks like scary. It's like he's got things growing on him that shouldn't be growing, but he's just fucking.
He used like
ripped.
the vein filter on
Yeah,
his.
It's
like,
very aggressive, and I'm like, his legs just look scary. I was like, those legs look problematic.
Well, it's like I said about Efron. Like, I feel like if you hug him, you'd be like getting stabbed by the wrong stuff. Like, not the thing you want to get stabbed by.
Suffocating.
It's like his abs and shit are stabbing you. You know what I mean? He's got like veins coming out.
All right.
His abs are more than 8%.
Matt Damon,
Yeah, we talked about him too.
George Clooney,
Absolutely.
Ben Affleck.
What would be the right Clooney role? I mean, he's a little bit older than us, so what would be the right Clooney role?
I had
Ocean's
Ocean's 11.
11.
Yeah, that's what I had written down.
Danny Ocean.
I'm sick. I love him in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Dapper Dan, man. I'm a Dapper Dan,
He's
man.
great
Damn
in
it.
From Dusk Till Dawn, but he has the dumb, like kind of like Caesar cut that just really kind of looks uncomfortable. But he's got the
With
cool
that neck
tattoo.
tattoo.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
God damn it, I love it.
Gerard Butler in either P.S. I Love You or 300.
No,
No.
What about Gladiator?
That was my next
You guys
pick,
like
so-
Gladiator guy?
I was the only one who said Russell Crowe and Gladiator.
And what did I
Everybody
say
else
about
was
him?
like-
I said his head is too round.
I said, "Have you seen my husband?"
She's the one who's married to the husband who has the giant head. So I don't know.
We found out that
Interesting.
Lisa has a Charlie Brown fetish.
Love him.
Wah, wah.
Yeah,
All right.
pulled that football away from him.
Denzel Washington.
Yeah, he was
Little
on my
color
list.
for you, Melissa.
We didn't have a good role for him, though.
Man on
We
Fire.
struggled with
we had
that
problems
also.
with that.
Okay, Justin Timberlake.
Oh, yeah.
We
He
did
came
talk
up.
about
did.
him. Yeah.
Friends with Benefits.
Yeah.
I like him in that. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Southpaw. Jude Law.
So can I just stop you and ask if you all discussed these people? Why didn't they end up on the list?
They were afterwards. We
4
discussed
rounds
them.
goes by.
You know, there's a
really
lot of
fast.
pressure. I mean, look at the NFL. They draft bad people all the time.
You never
They
know.
get-
Some of
they
these
get
picks are going to
pressurized.
hit.
We
you
don't know what we're gonna do. We're just trying our best.
We're just trying to get our wives worked up and turned on. Sometimes we just
Yeah.
mess it up.
Yeah, no.
All right. Well,
Most of the time we mess it up.
all right. So, any final thoughts about our taste in men?
Just
our
us as people in general.
Yeah, things we can do better in terms of housework, anything at all at this point. Any parting thoughts, ladies? Lisa?
I have to say, even though I'm disappointed in all of you, surprisingly, considering the fact that I'm highly critical of every other draft he's ever done, I'm very happy with my husband. He turned it out, and it was 100% my favorite of the draft this week.
We also talked with Zach about your brother, and we really want to have a discussion about what the difference is between gay men's standards for men's sexiness and women's. And Zach explained to us that he's had this conversation a lot of times, and that the difference is that women have low standards
compared to gay men. Gay men's standards are much higher than
heterosexual
women's standards.
Yeah, gay men treat men like straight men treat women.
Oh, that's
so
everything.
Analogy.
Oh, actually, that actually works.
Exactly.
Okay.
Can I also say that I'm very impressed with Lisa's husband?
I
thought
as
Zach,
a man,
I feel
he put together a list.
I feel oddly
quite the turn on.
I feel oddly emasculated by Zach's ability to pick sexy men. Again, Hall of Mirrors. I don't know where we're at here.
I know Nate got absolute last, and it's like, is that bad or is that good?
That's exactly.
I know.
I'm caught in a web of confusion and discomfort over here.
I hate to keep
Glass
going
case
back
of
to
emotion.
it, but 8% of them's pissed.
I'm like, I know what I like, and I ain't apologizing to nobody.
I think that
No
was
offense
your
to the Vin Diesel fans.
fatal flaw. There is you let that
right.
8% pick instead of picking for your wife.
That's right.
Everybody else
he
picked for their
for
wife.
his sister.
I picked for Amy. You're welcome, Amy. All right, Denise and Melissa, you guys have any parting thoughts? Melissa just looks perpetually disappointed.
So disappointed.
Just shaking her head. I don't have any.
I'm just Nate. I'm looking at your team. If you had scored last in every single round, you could have gotten 4 points. You got 2 from me.
Pretty impressive.
Oh well, that's on brand for Melissa's assessment of me.
Exactly. I'm glad we're consistent.
Melissa was just handing out zeros like crazy. An old school DOS computer.
So I want to close this out before we tell you where we're going next week with a little thank you to our wives for tolerating our midlife crisis and being very supportive of us going off and pretending to podcast while mostly just drinking and talking shit once a week. So
and
ladies,
pretending not to notice that every time we're gone a little later. Every time. It's like we're home by 11 and it was 11:15. Now we're home at like 12:45.
Gonna try and be home before
Lord.
12. God, I hope we are.
We talked about we characterized you all as awesome on an earlier part of the pod, but also foul, crude, and generally sexualizing in nature. So we said that with the most possible affection. So we love 100%. You ladies. Thank you all.
Could not agree more.
Thank you, ladies.
Love you, ladies. Thank you.
All right. So where are we headed next? I believe the pick is Nick's.
God damn it. I'm just so excited to be tied up with Nate
You know
and
what?
Brad. Hold on. You know what? Stop. You go and you take a shit. You know what I mean? And then 2 drafts later, you're
Somebody
tied
takes your
with a motherfucker.
Dude, I feel so robbed right now, and I'm just angry and upset and horny, and it's just fucking uncomfortable.
I don't.
Zach, all you have to do is win 2 in a row, and then you're tied up with us.
Yeah, that's very likely to happen
because it's 4-4-4-2.
4-4-4-2.
I can't believe how upset I feel about losing the Sexiest Man draft. I don't know. I've not felt this upset about any other loss.
I am surprised how excited I feel about winning this draft.
Zach, I mean, Nick is 100% good. He's like, we got to finish this up. We got to go home.
100% aroused, and 20%
I'm like,
excited.
they're going to go put on a Time to Kill, and they're going to have a good time.
Oh, fuck.
Dude.
I'm going to put my loosest white sweaty shirt on in homage to Matthew McConaughey in the South. Get some jambalaya.
Jambalaya. Get that draw.
And just marinate in those juices.
All right.
Okay.
Come on over here, girl.
Where are we going next? And what I want to preview this is I believe where we're going next is a place that we failed to go in the Sexy Man draft. Is that right, Nick?
Yes, we failed to go there. We're going to LA. We're going Training Day.
Oh,
Denzel.
It's one of my.
I love this movie.
One of my favorite movies. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. You kind of got a scope of different movies. This is one of my top of cop dramas.
I like this one a lot, but I have criticisms on some extent.
And I think I know your criticisms.
Well,
but
we've talked about this before.
But go ahead.
Denzel and Ethan are both left out of the hottest male.
Which is
draft.
Those are both omissions.
What does he say? I didn't know you like to get wet.
That's exactly what he says.
Get wet.
So what are we drafting?
PCP does.
What are we drafting next week, Nikki?
We are drafting the most memorable cop duo in a movie.
Cop partner, cop pair.
Not buddy cop, but cop duo, cop
So
pair.
you got to take 2 actors for each pick.
Two characters, 2 actors.
Okay.
Yeah,
A
and they're-
duo. That's what a duo
So it's either
means.
Just making sure.
And I think on both pods, for sure, the guest judge, I believe, is going to be our buddy, or the guy we went to school with, Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Who is a high-ranking police officer, and who
And because of our content and podcast content, we're not going to say his last name or
where he
what police
works.
department he works for. But rest assured, he's a real policeman.
Lieutenant Dan is going to give us some insight into police life, and certainly going to judge our draft. So hang out for that. He's a character, and he is a wealth of knowledge.
I'll just say he's one of my favorite people in the world.
One of my favorite people in the world.
I can't wait to ask him how many times he smoked Sherm on the job.
Oh, buddy. All right. So that's where we're headed. We appreciate you hanging out. We appreciate you listening to Bevs. Go and like and follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. Definitely subscribe to the pod wherever you listen. And for the love of God, tell somebody about us.
And really,
Yeah, go ahead, Zach. Tell
I
us.
was just going to say, watch Training Day, because then you'll really enjoy the next
You're going to like
podcast.
it even more, yeah. And go through our backlog, because I bet a lot of you jumped in and you haven't seen what we've got, but we got a bunch of episodes, so go listen now. Tell somebody about us. Comment on our Facebook post. We love you. We'll see you soon.
Can I say that you also go back to the backlog and just listen to one of the pods that you haven't even seen the movie for, because they're still, I mean, I'm biased because I'm on the podcast, but goddamn, some of them are pretty funny.
Yeah, there's some funny stuff. A lot of dick jokes.
I got a text from a coworker of mine, a female that works in my office, and she says, "What's with all the dick jokes?" And I said,
I'm pretty sure that just you being on the pod is grounds for sexual harassment.
"Yeah," and I said, "That's kind of our thing. That's kind of what we do.
It's our brand."
Just wait till the shit jokes episode.
We thought about just putting a big dick on the label, but
we got to start bringing in a bunch more money from Anchor if we're going to get fired over our jobs and rely on this.
Just wait till the asshole turnt episode.
Oh God! All right,
Straight turnt.
this has been a good one. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. This is Bev's Video Kingdom, and we're out.
Bye.
Yo.
Bye.
Bye.
I wanna be at Beverly's, bringing me home with my movies. Just a blind ride, no reason why. I love this scene. Nick Nates, I can brag your favorite podcast. Let's start